Hey, welcome back to SGS. I'm Sarge, and I'm bringing music to the front lines to you guys today. And today we're going to do a music review. So I have seen this, but, since NF's getting ready to pop off with his brand new album on April 7th, well, I figured, hey, you know what? I haven't done any of these reactions and or, in this case, reviews, because I've seen all of Nate's work prior to this for the most part. I do have a few out there that I didn't see right before Hope dropped. Hope was fantastic. Hang on here. Yep. Hope was fantastic, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. If you guys have not went and seen the Hope video, please go do so. It is a new twist on Nate a little bit, but we're going to do Lost. It's featuring Hopsin, 4 minutes and 3 seconds. We're just going to go over it and review it and, just kind of take a great look at it and enjoy it. And with that being said, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe down below, and do the same for NF as well. And I hope to see you guys again for some more NF reactions once the 7th comes. So here we go. Let's get into it. Woo! That beat, man. Always. There he is, balloons, knapsack, and dark clothes.
Look, self-awareness, pride's a coat, and yes, I like to wear it. Buttoned up, don't like to let no air in, with a pair of gloves that I hope doesn't perish. I discovered though when I get holes in them, and I let joy in, I'm in higher spirits. My mistakes are like a screaming parrot, just repeating lyrics. I can barely bear it when I'm lost.
Wow. Okay. So as you can see, he uses his clothing as metaphors, etc. He's talking about his gloves, he's talking about his coat, he's talking about, he likes to wear it airtight so nothing can get in, but at the same time, when he gets holes and things like that, he realizes he finds things because he's using his clothing, or he's using it as a metaphor, almost like an armor per se. But then he realizes when he lets his guard down just a little bit, sometimes you get things like joy to come in. Wow, man. All right, let's go back. Let's go back. I wonder where he's at here. Looks like Colorado.
Look, self-awareness, pride's a coat, and yes, I like to wear it. Buttoned up, don't like to let no air in, with a pair of gloves that I hope doesn't perish. I discovered though when I get holes in them, and I let joy in, I'm in higher spirits. My mistakes are like a screaming parrot, just repeating lyrics. I can barely bear it when I'm lost.
That
road
echo.
Is narrow, I'm looking down it like a gun's barrel. Aren't we all searching for the serum that could help us breathe and leave our state of peril? All of us have made defensive scarecrows that we scatter around our fields and treat like heroes when they scare away the things that we should cherish, cause we're too embarrassed to admit the fear is that we're lost.
Wow, man. So, and I know the beat's getting ready to drop. Don't worry, we'll come back. So like I said, with the scarecrows, it's the same concept as the armor that I was talking about. And he's talking about, he feels like life. He's looking down the barrel of a gun. Holy crap, man. All right, let's come back just a little bit.
Offensive scarecrows that we scatter around our fields and treat like heroes when they scare away the things that we should cherish, cause we're too embarrassed to admit the fear is that we're lost. Yeah, but what does it matter? I get too combative inside of me is a personal canvas. The pain can be flat, I get messy when I start to get rattled. The heart of a savage and quiet when I lurk in the shadow. But something on that up, I don't want to be over dramatic, but look at the data. It's obvious that humans are fragile. We tend to get mad at the ones that call us out, but the fact is we need someone that'll be honest when we fly off that handle.
Facts. You always need friends around you. Not yes men, friends. People that's going to tell you, when you're out of pocket. Long story short, we could go over this for a long time, and a lot of people hate hearing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they hate when you kind of correct them. You got to keep your friends on the straight and narrow, really. You really do. And so you need those kind of people in your life that's going to tell you, hey, man, no, you're messing up. Or, this is how you need to correct this because they've been through it, etc. or whatever, and they just don't want you to go down the same road. All right, let's come back just a little bit. Let's do it.
We tend to get mad at the ones that call us out, but the fact is we need someone that'll be honest when we fly off that handle. I admit I throw a fit when I begin to unravel. Keep my wits been off the grid, but now I'm back in the saddle. My intent is not to rant, I like to own what I value. I can take you on the fence and maybe pick up the paddle. I like to roll against the current, that's the way that I travel. Opposite of what the grain has got the brain of a rebel. Take initiative, I'm diligent on every level. I never could ain't settled. I like to keep my foot in the pedal. Yeah. I love to pack arenas and all, but what I really want to do is learn to handle my thoughts.
Yeah, right there. He's like, I love to pack arenas and, you know, be NF and go out on stage and have a good time, etc., whatever. But the biggest thing he wants to do, it's not money and fame and all this other craziness. He just wants to learn to control this. Man, I don't know how many of you guys can relate to that, but I certainly can. Wow, man. And that's why people love Nate, is because while he may be sort of a superstar, even if he's, in my opinion, underrated, and a lot of people box him in and say he's only this kind of music, etc. Well, I mean, he's in his own lane. A lot of people think he's in a much small. Well, there's not a lot of people, but there are some people that think he's in a smaller box. I think his box is gigantic. It's just, you know, he's portrayed it in a certain way over the years, little by little, because his idea was to connect it all like one story. So, you know, there's that. But me personally, I think NF's one of the greatest storytellers of our time when it comes to rapping, especially with these visuals. The visuals are always on point. And Tommy with this beat, man. Tommy with the beat in Hope was fantastic. I mean, all the beats that he produces are fantastic, but wow, man. All right, let's come back just a little bit.
Yeah, I love to pack arenas and all, but what I really want to do is learn to handle my thoughts and put the reins on them, show them I'm the one that's the boss, and pull them back when they get out of hand and breaking their jaws. I'm taking the flaws and told me I can never revolve, then pull a bane on them, ask them, oh, you think you're in charge? You ought to know better, ain't no way around it, applaud the traits that I want. They say I can't afford what it costs, but I manifested this. Failing's how you grow and learn your lessons, kids. Take the worst and try to make the best of it, cause when you fail, just know that it's a test in it. You can learn to pick yourself back up.
See, and he said right there, you know, there's a test in it, and when you fall, you know, you can pick yourself back up again. And the minute he did that, he actually fell in the snow. Wow. All right. Wow. I love the symbolism. The thing with NF, the other thing is there's so many Easter eggs in there, or little tidbits of information or things that you have to see. You see the balloons in the far right side over here. That's Hopsin right there. But like, you know, his idea is all these people are lost and buried by their burdens and their stress and their problems, etc. And he's on a search for lack of better ways of saying it, to find things. And in this case, he's going to find Hopsin. So, all right, let's come back. Let's do it.
I can't afford what it costs, but I manifested this. Failing's how you grow and learn your lessons, kids. Take the worst and try to make the best of it, cause when you fail, just know that it's a test in it. You can learn to pick yourself back up again and train your brain to not be such a pessimist. It's okay to make mistakes, just don't forget that there's a high road, but I skip the exit when I'm lost.
Yeah.
When I'm lost. When I'm lost.
Real talk real quick before Hopsin pops in on this, because I know a lot of you guys have seen this, and if you haven't ever seen this, obviously I'll put the link in the description below, so that way you guys can go watch this without the interruption. But well, first of all, I wonder how cold Hopsin was because I heard he was freezing his butt off. You know, because he's buried with snow. I know you guys haven't seen it yet, but you will here in a minute. That's why this is a review. And at the same time, I wonder where he's at, man. God, because this is beautiful. Look at it. Wow. Okay. All right, here we go.
Lost. When I'm lost. When I'm lost. When I'm lost. Wow. These burdens are heavy,
Hopsin.
and I'm hoping it don't bury me.
We
I
love
used to be
Hopsin.
joyful and skip so merrily, but now I'm too cautious and tiptoe carefully. My mind left, and it's nowhere to be found.
The ill mind is gone, baby. The ill mind is gone. He said it was left. You know, he's out of pocket. Wow, man. Wow. I love it. I love it. Look at all the snow on him. I know he's wiped it off his face and etc., you know, because that was a part of it. But wow, man. I bet he was freezing his butt off for this, but it is great. It is great.
Be joyful and
So
skip so
unique.
merrily, but now I'm too cautious and tiptoe carefully. My mind left, and it's nowhere to be found. Am I a big old parody? Cause it's no fair to me. And now I'm at the point where I'm spending $1,000 a week on hypnotherapy. Look, I'm trying to.
Woo! Yeah, he's on he's spending $1,000 on hypnotherapy because he was trying to get his mind right. You know, for those that don't know much of the story of Hopsin, and I don't know it all, but from what I do know, he had a lot of trouble with family and friends and a record label before that was taking advantage of him. And then, he has a situation with the mother of his children, or his child in this case. I believe it's his son, that he doesn't get to see him. That's what I'll say, because I don't want to pretend I know the whole story, because I don't. But I know that kind of weighs on him quite a bit. I understand it, and I get it. And all right, so let's get into it. Let's come back. Let's roll.
Cause it's no fair to me. And now I'm at the point where I'm spending $1,000 a week on hypnotherapy. Look, I'm trying to wash away my sins. I got a group of loved ones that ain't my friends. And if I ever take a nail, then they might grin. And they all want to see me stay in the cage I'm in. So when it come to anybody, there's no trust for no one. Man, so what? My whole plan's to go nuts. My shoulder's ready for most drugs. I'm gon' judge anybody trying to enter my circle with no love. My sanity's gone. I'd rather be torn from this planet they planted me on. Your stats a reward. I'm actually bored with having it so hard. It's torn apart from a family that I don't have anymore.
Right there. From a family he doesn't have anymore. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And I think that's what he's talking about, is with his son and I don't know if it was a fiance or just a girlfriend, or maybe it was a wife. I don't know, but I feel like that's what he's honing in on there, basically saying that, his family, if he gets back in the cage and gets stuck and gets bogged down, they're going to smile about it. Wow, man. Wow. All right.
Your stats a reward. I'm actually bored with having it so hard. It's torn apart from a family that I don't have anymore. Man, hold up. I was living so oblivious with millions. It really was a pity, huh? A pity. It's kind of funny what a penny does, mixed in with a mini buzz. I feel stuck. Life got me by the neck with a blade against it. Cause I was running late for the train and missed it. The only thing I feel is pain and vengeance. So I'ma act out like a raging misfit. And every verse I lay gon' stay sadistic. You wanna hate me? Good, great, terrific. You'll never see the day when my anger's dismissed. You better go and change your wish list, cause manifested this. Do not treat me like some adolescent kid. I am praying to the Lord with the book of James, hoping he go at my testament.
Wow, man. Wow. He's praying to the Lord, that he's going to add his book, wow, to the testament. Wow. I mean, because he's talking about, hey, I've walked a trial and tribulation himself, and hopefully it, goes into a positive thing at some point. But again, look at the landscape. Look at the landscape. And also, that's such a hard line, by the way. That's such a hard line. Oh, my God. All right. Let's come back just a little bit. And the other thing I appreciate is the fact that, because we know Nate doesn't cuss, Hopsin followed suit on that. Now, I know that Nate has been on, Futuristics songs before. And I think Futuristic maybe have cussed on there or something. So it's not that big of a deal. But I do like the fact that he honored it. All right. Let's go back.
Me like some adolescent kid. I am praying to the Lord with the book of James, hoping he go at my testament. This dark cloud, that's my residence. Demons knocking, I don't have to let them in. I done made mistakes day to day, you probably can't relate. I just ain't the same when I'm lost.
Them coming together.
Yeah. When I'm lost. When I'm lost. When I'm lost. When I'm lost.
Wow, look at all the balloons, man. Look at them all. Hopefully, and I say hopefully because the album is called Hope, that maybe there'll be some more of this down the road. I don't know. This was planned, ultimately came out, or was supposed to come out right after Paid My Dues. After the critics, basically shit on NF, saying he's one-dimensional and everything sounded the same, etc., etc. He brought out Paid My Dues, then he was going to bring out this, but I guess it got pushed back because of the pandemic. Hey, look, I love it. I love NF. I can't wait to do the album when it comes out, and we may do a few more of these reviews of some of my favorites. Like my absolute all-time favorite song from NF is Leave Me Alone. I've not brought it to the channel, so we might do that as well. But if you want to hear new NF, come back and see me. And if you want to hear more of these music reviews from some of his better songs, well, I think they're all good, to be honest. But some of your favorites, by all means, like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let me know more that you'd like to hear from Nate. And I'll gladly review it if I've seen it. And if I haven't seen it, like the Hope, it'll be a music reaction. So, hey, I've loved this. I hope you guys have loved it too. I've been Sarge. Eat well. Be safe. See you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.